Okay, so I don't know why I'm seeing now. Go back to my chats.
Did I send the wrong meeting or something?
Where did you go? No, I don't know. Where my chat like this? I There you are. So what's strange is I have a meeting invite now that I'm looking at from yesterday at 7:52 p.m.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. HCA, is it the? It's the set. Okay, this is bizarre. Truly bizarre. Same exact meeting invite that I tried joining, that we're in now, is the same ID, but when I'm looking back at the chats, it says you sent it to me yesterday at 7:52 p.m. That's weird.
Are we in the same time stream? Are you in an alternate reality? We just don't know it.
Stranger things have happened, I guess. I don't know anymore. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing.
I got nothing either.
All right, well.
I was starting to sweat. I'm like, man, where the heck is he?
Except to me, I'm here waiting.
And I'm here waiting, going, what's going on?
Who watches the waiter?
I don't know.
No. I don't know either. All right. We ready to be confused?
Yes, let's try to do this, shall we? All right. I know how to do this. All right, here we go. Oh, that's
I
right.
I gave 5 minutes to figure it out, so I'm just saying.
I remember what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to mute Zealeus. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Dish Shelter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Actually make it to the correct hangout to be here and do the thing with the stuff while we talk.
Yes. Lots of things to do the stuff and talk.
Is there a show? Are there games? Are there stories? I'm so confused.
There's stuff to talk about. Let's go with that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I of course am your host Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the Political himself, Zealeus.
It's good to see you. Now that I actually see you.
Yes,
and not just a picture placeholder.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is the Thursday Night Hangouts, our live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any topics, questions, opinions, thoughts, criticisms, please drop them in the chat, be it on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, and we will add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we will add it to the very next show.
Indeed.
Now, good news is my basketball league, as long as my team stays in, does not have any Thursday night games for a while, so we don't have to worry about any of that.
But how is my life going to be confused? Because I never know what's going on Thursday. Well, actually, we accomplished that tonight, so never mind.
Yes. Anyways. Okay. So the first topic, I don't know how this one kind of slid. I mean, I had posted about it on our Discord channel, and it kind of somehow fell off the deep end. But the author of the Hyperion series, Dan Simmons, passed away at the age of 77. This was, I think, at the end of February. I kind of accidentally stumbled into the Hyperion series maybe like a year ago, and it's really freaking good. Like, it was really, really good.
Honestly, can't say I've read it. I saw the news, but yeah, honestly, I don't really have much to say about the series. But what is the series about?
So it's it's like a, how do I describe this?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
So, okay, I'm going to cheat real quick. I'm just going to pull it up.
Just ChatGPT. What is the series about? There
Yeah,
we go.
exactly. It's a 4-book science fiction space opera series.
Okay.
It's often described as a Canterbury Tales in space. The series is known for its rich world building, complex plot, and literary depth, following pilgrims on a journey to the planet Hyperion to confront the mysterious time traveling creature known as the Shrike, as humanity faces galactic war and an AI rebellion.
Interesting.
The first book or the first novel was written in 1989, and then this dude basically 1989 was the first novel, 1990 was the next novel, then the third novel was 1996, and the fourth novel was 1997.
Yeah, just for what I'm reading, as a quick look, is I guess book one is basically like the Canterbury Tales, where it's the just background on everything.
Yep.
It's not really until book two we start getting to stuff.
Yeah, the second one's really when it just kind of digs its claws into you.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. Like everyone's like, book two is the best.
Yes, I agree with that opinion, but that sucks. But I mean, I'm not saying that 77 is sufficient.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that his background was he was an elementary teacher before he became an author.
I guess it's a good way to learn how kids think.
Yeah. Or you just get so disillusioned with the education system that you decide you need to try something else. I know quite a few people that have gone that route.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Zealeus, of course, has no idea what I'm talking about.
What is education?
Oh shit! What the hell just happened?
The question is, do we need education?
That's a very good question. Don't know. I guess we will find out. I mean, there are certain individuals in today's society that thrive on not being educated, or their education is whatever they pretend make believe up in their brain.
They took Pink Floyd a little too literally.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, did they eat their carrots?
It wasn't carrots. It's the meat. If you don't eat your meat, how could you have any pudding?
It's been a long time since I've had carrots or pudding.
Celia's off on a tangent. You know what? Speaking of carrots, I haven't had any good carrots in a while.
That's what I'm missing. I need some carrots to match the Ultra Confusion red.
I mean, there are some
there
are carrots that come in all different colors. I don't know why we're going down this rabbit hole, but we're going to do it anyways. I've had yellow carrots and purple carrots and white carrots and orange carrots. And like a deep red carrot as well.
I mean, it's kind of most foods. Like we have like our very Americanized version we get, and we think that's the only version.
There's only orange carrots
out there that we're not even aware
It's
of.
it's all because of Bugs Bunny. I blame Bugs Bunny for making me believe that there's only one color of carrot that exists, and that be orange.
I think you saying otherwise is a lie. You're just trying to give me send me down a wild goose chase to find this mysterious non-orange carrots. I'm going to go to the grocery store and ask, and they're just going to laugh at me.
Well, I don't know. Some grocery stores may not have all the colors
of the rainbow.
Yeah, or of the carrots. Anyways,
maybe I get some Skittles and then I get my colors.
Ooh, wait. I'm pretty sure that eating Skittles is not going to give you the same benefits as eating carrots, though.
But the Skittles has the benefit of A, tasting better, and B, having sugar.
Huh? Well, there's some natural sugar in carrots.
But it's not straight injected into my soul.
It's not that artificial super sweetness, okay?
Sour Skittles. They have sour carrots. That'd be intriguing.
I'm sure that someone's
probably just somewhere.
Getting to it right now, Zealeus.
Oh, dear. Actually, it sounds like a new marketing campaign for like some weird Beltline food truck. Sour fruits. Let's go.
It's all lemons and limes.
Yum, 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 yum.
Anyways, okay. So I am not. the next story, let me just preface this by saying that even though this company, Crunchyroll, has done a bad no-no, they're actually being hit by a class action lawsuit over allegedly disclosing anime viewing habits to third parties.
Oh dear.
Yes. I even though they're being hit for this alleged disclosing of my viewing habits, I'm not going to cancel it because there's way too many animes I still need to get through.
I mean, maybe it's a cynical way of looking at it, but I assume all my information is being sold anyways at this point in my life.
Yes.
So unless like it explicitly says, or really paying additional for service, it's being sold or trained for AI purposes. Now it's the new thing they're selling the data for.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still selling your data, but now it's how to optimize the ads and other gobbledygook towards your eyeballs.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of the Facebook ads because they're so weird right now.
Okay, so it's actually got worse. So with Facebook, maybe it's per person because sometimes like they roll things out.
Yeah.
But it used to be when like I'd have Facebook there was spaces, not ads, but they're like spaces or groups that like I never joined, but you just see them on your feed, right?
Yes.
And you see them like, okay, this is kind of interesting, and I didn't join it, but sure. And now what happens is you're looking at it, and like if you wait for like 5 seconds, it starts playing an ad. No. And so it's like even worse. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And all of a sudden, an ad just starts playing. So it's like I've already been hooked in, and now an ad plays. It's like even more nefarious than ever.
Yes.
And this just started in the past week, and I'm just like,
no, I don't know. I don't understand the algorithm. What happens for me is I'll sometimes watch the the suggested videos, and sometimes I go down a rabbit hole. Like today, for some reason, I clicked on a bloopers clip filled of bloopers from the TV show Friends. And the next thing I know, the next 20 pieces on my feed are random ass Friends stuff. I'm like, okay, that one video was fun, but I didn't need to be inundated by all this Friends stuff.
I get two things. One, I get a ton of shower ads because I redid my shower. And I want to be like, guys, I'm done. Like, your advertising is not going to work at me now because it's finished. Anyway, I do a lot of research on various apps for my actual day job. And so I get a ton of like software ads to like, go buy this app. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy your app because I literally just usually get to see like what are the properties of your app. Beyond that, I don't even know what it does.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of those ads that like mean nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know this exists. I don't even know what it does. Can't help you. So yeah.
Yeah. So just to circle back, the Crunchyroll is being alleged to have given out without consumer consent personal identifiable information to third parties such as email addresses, device IDs, and anime titles being streamed on the platform, which is a big no-no for the VPPA, which is the Video Privacy Protection Act.
It probably actually does also violate the GDPR in some way because that is the big. So the GDPR, that's out of Europe, the EU, and their big thing is the PII, the personal identifiable information.
Yep.
They're leaving that, or to your point, if it has those different things where I can now verifiably say, all to confusion, I know you watched Cowboy Bebop on Crunchyroll, and I can like relate it actually back to your name, and probably honestly in this case, I wouldn't be surprised if it has like your billing information too. That's where it becomes the big issue with things like the GDPR. So that's where I'd be interested to see where that actually goes with the personal information. Yeah. All the fun things I learn at work.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Now, speaking of lawsuits,
Oh
I
boy.
would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that there is a big video game company that is currently filing a suit with the U.S. government.
Oh.
And that,
Very.
my friends, is Nintendo. Nintendo is suing the U.S. government over illegal Trump tariffs and demands a refund. So, yeah.
Sure. Because we all know if the companies get those tariffs back, we all know that they're going to give the money back to the customers who paid more for those products to pay for the tariffs.
No, well, I mean.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, right? Because that's what should happen.
Yes. So basically, what this is they're standing to sue because it is the importer of record for goods that were subjected to IEEPA, which is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act duties. Since February 1st of 2025, President Trump has executed the unlawful executive order imposing tariffs on imports from a vast swath of countries. These, of course, include Canada, Mexico, China, Brazil, and India. Furthermore, Nintendo's suit alleges after the court's findings regarding the legality of the IEEPA duties, the defendants named in the case enforced and continued to assess and collect those duties. This directly harmed Nintendo is directly harmed by the defendants' unlawful actions related to the executive order. Nintendo is now asking the court to declare that the defendants' actions resulting in those duties are unlawful and void, and that all tariffs collected under that act or duty be refunded with interest. So basically, Nintendo wants to recoup the costs, and that interest will go towards the attorney fees for having to file a suit in the U.S.
Yeah, it really sucks. It's for like the small time companies and distributors who actually were financially harmed by the situation, and some had to shut down because they literally just couldn't eat the cost of the tariffs or pass on to the consumer and be able to sell their product. So that's to me what a real shit show is. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly don't give a crap about Nintendo in this case because they're going to be fine. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's the small shops. They're the ones who really got punched in the face.
Yes.
By this whole kerfluffle.
Now, that being said, if Nintendo does, succeed in this would be, this would lay the groundwork for other companies to come in, maybe ones with not as deep pockets.
So, are we actually kind of in a way cheering for Nintendo's like legalness this one time?
Yes.
All right. We can make an exception.
Yes.
All right.
Because it's going to help all those other companies, smaller studios. Nintendo's got some deep ass pockets. Let's be freaking honest. They've got some very deep pockets.
I think like that's part of their requirement is like we have pockets and then we have our lawyer pockets.
Yes.
Like and like I feel like they released the Nintendo Switch 2 just to have lawyers. Like, guys, we need more billions just for our lawsuits to shut down the small time ROM emulator host. And they also created this weird Zelda movie that we have to shut down. Let's
Hero
get more
of time.
Yeah.
Now at least we're now going to get a real Zelda movie. I don't know when, but you know.
Which is, I'll be very curious about that.
Yes, I too will be very curious about that. Speaking of that, or speaking along those same lines, the next season of One Piece, the live action, is now been released onto Netflix. So the question that I was asked, that I'm going to ask to the audience and to Zealeus, is there another anime out there or animated show or movie that you would like to see make the live jump?
Berserk. What's going on?
You want a live action Berserk?
Violence, gore, all the gloriness. Let's go.
Well, I mean, the thing is, let's see. I think the last attempt, actually, there might be an attempt that's being made right now.
Who knows? The action version of Berserk would actually have the reverse effect that a live action version usually happens, or maybe that's what actually gets it to completion for a TV story. Because normally you get the live action and it goes, to shit. It doesn't get finished.
Yeah.
Maybe because the animes never seem to get finished. Maybe live action, but like something we don't have a whole lot of is gory, over the top, crazy, nutty live action shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what we need is the HBO. I mean, it has to be like an HBO type of show where it's just like they can do whatever they want.
Amazon Prime.
I don't think it'd be Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime's more of like a PG-13. They don't really have anything too graphic that I can think of.
That's actually a very good question. Let's see here.
I'm thinking of it because like their popular shows are all like, I know you call them necessarily family friendly.
Right.
I mean, you do have oh gosh, brain fart on the name. The one with Alan Richardson. What's that one?
Reacher.
Thank you, Reacher. I mean, Reacher I would not recommend necessarily watching with kids.
No,
because
good God, no.
It's damn brutal, honestly. Actually, no, he'd make a great Berserk.
Yeah.
Like Alan Richardson, he is Berserk.
Another one from Amazon Prime original programming that is not for kids is The Boys.
Good point. Yeah, no, you're right. Good. That's a very good call. I did not think of The Boys. That is definitely okay. So you're right. They do have a propensity. They have a couple of shows that you could. You're right because when you think of like over the top violence gore, The Boys would be the analogous of Berserk.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, Berserk. I would love to see a live action of Berserk. One anime.
I think a Berserk TV show actually done well would actually be pretty cool. Not just from Zealeus loves violence and gore,
right?
But the actual story of what's going on with them and the hawk dude. I never remember his name.
Yeah,
could actually be interesting.
Yeah. The live action the anime that came to mind. I don't know why. Because this is an anime I haven't seen in like a long time. But one that would be kind of interesting to do is an anime like Witch Hunter Robin. Where there are those like, more adult themed stuff and there's, the romance, but there's also some action and the spell casting and the hidden twists, which I will not give away, even though that anime has been out for a long time. Because if they were to make a live action, fingers crossed. I don't want to give away any twists. Just like Berserk, lots of violence, ladies and gentlemen, just lots of violence. I'm not going to tell you about if there's betrayals or how Guts is how he is. I won't reveal any of that. I don't want to ruin it for you. I would, though I would recommend. If you have access to it, get the manga. So you could actually know what the hell.
What about, what's the name of the anime? Van Helsing.
Van Helsing. You mean, oh, damn it. It's not Van Helsing. It's Helsing. It's Helsing.
There you go, yeah. What about Helsing as a live action?
Alec, man, having a live action Alucard. That would be nuts.
You have to like the main actor would have to carry that show.
Yes.
That's the hard part. I think like something like Berserk, if he's just kind of big beefy boy, like she doesn't have to necessarily have a huge amount of range to carry it. Whereas like Helsing actually I think would have to be a great actor, honestly.
Yes, you would have to have you would have to have the guy who plays Alucard would have to knock it out of the park. Yeah. But that being said, you would then also have to have a very strong casting for Integra Helsing
Yes.
and Sarah's Victoria. Those three would have to. I mean, they would have to be like spot on perfect. There's not a lot of wiggle room. If one of them is half-assed, it's not going to work.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think it would have the mass appeal that you would need to make a live action now. Honestly.
Well, I mean, it's vampires.
Yeah. Okay, what about Castlevania? Because Castlevania is pretty popular, honestly. It already has been a very successful anime.
Right. So take the step. So it's video games to anime to then live action. Now the question is, what's the focus of the Castlevania? Are we doing it from Dracula's viewpoint, or was it one of the Belmont descendants? See, there's look at how much, they could do a Castlevania live action from a lot of different angles. It doesn't have there's not a specific character. As long as you have someone named Belmont with the last name Belmont in the series, you're good to go.
Fair enough.
I mean, hell, you could even play a little bit with the time setting as well.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now you got my creative juices flowing. Now I'm trying to think if there's some other ones out there. Because to be totally honest with you, so far the thing about One Piece is the anime is long as I don't even know how to. It is super duper 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 long. There is a ton of fluff. To the series. I mean, I think they're at 11 or 1,300 episodes now. But that being said, the live action, what they're doing is they're taking all of the storylines and they're tweaking pieces here and there. But the pacing is so much faster.
So with the success, I think the other ones I mentioned are ones I would like to see. I think that one that would not be too dissimilar would actually be Fairy Tail.
Ooh.
Super long running, lots of storylines to pull from.
Yep.
Have you watched Fairy Tail at all?
Yes. Yeah. I got to the big world flip, which pisses me off.
So it's the story arcs are phenomenal.
Yes.
And then you get like the 5 to 10 episodes of fluff where I'm like, what am I actually watching right now?
Yes.
But if you take like those individual arcs, like almost probably as a season, those were great source material to use, I would say. Where it's kind of a little bit, it's got them action, but it's got actually good stories of character development and what's going on and that type of stuff. So that would actually be my pick, I think, would actually realistically be Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I could see that too. Damn it. You're right. I guess, my guilty pleasure, I don't know. I don't know if you could actually do this or not. It's probably too much of a niche market, but I would love to see a Magic Rayearth Knight. Magic Knight Rayearth. I can never remember what order the stupid words go in.
See, then I think of some that like I don't want to see, and the first thing that came to mind was Fate, just in general, that series.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, some things are just kind of meant to stay in the anime format.
I think that if you were to do a live action Fate, it would just be bland. I don't know. I wouldn't. It just doesn't really excite me. Like, ooh, okay, yay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cheating. I'm pulling up Crunchyroll on my phone to look at some of the animes here. But I mean,
Dan to Dan.
Jesus, that would be messed up, dude. Another look. I know there's probably some like hardcore people out there that would like to see this as live action, but I don't think I would want to see a My Hero Academia live action.
I'm not into My Hero Academia. I can't tell you much about it.
I mean, they've already kind of done Attack on Titan. They did a couple of movies in Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I never could finish Attack on Titan.
I
can't believe it.
I mean, I know that the vast majority of the population has brainwashed themselves or brain wiped themselves from the fact that there was a live action Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I have trouble just watching Dragon Ball Z period, because you want to talk about stretching shit out for 5 episodes or 8 episodes. If you were to like condense that, how small the Dragon Ball series would actually be. My running joke, of course, is in this episode, Goku throws a left punch. Now let's watch Krillin go shopping for toilet paper.
That sounds super exciting. Let's do it.
Woo,
Yay.
let's do it. Yay.
I don't see the issue.
Yes. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. And there is a rumor that's now circulating out from, I believe it is Microsoft. That's right, because Microsoft owns Bethesda. The rumor is that the potentially new Fallout game has now been canceled. I don't know. Huh?
Am I supposed to care about this?
Some people would.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you've played one Fallout, you've kind of played them all. It's a post-apocalyptic world where you, at some point, are going to get a power suit. There's some corrupt leader that you're going to have to find a way to deal with. In later games, you get the ability to have a dog companion with you, so that you're not as lonely as you would have been. I don't know. I've always given the choice between Elder Scrolls or Fallout. I've always gone Elder Scrolls, because there's more to look at in Elder Scrolls than post-apocalyptic, nuclear Sunday landscape of, well, there's a twisted dead tree, and there's some crap on the ground, and there's some mutants.
The Bethesda games just aren't my jam. They just never done it for me. So,
well, we know that you don't do open world, Zealeus, and that's basically what Bethesda does, is open world RPGs.
Yeah, I'd like some rails in my games. Yeah, and that's so I like my ARPGs. They're straightforward. You go into this corridor, you slash and kill everything, you just keep on moving forward.
Yes.
Straightforward, problem solved. I can do this.
Slash, hack, cast spell, maybe shoot an arrow, and rinse and repeat.
That's my ARPGs, because I play a lot. The one class I never play is like the archer / rogue. I just, and of course they all have bows. Like every one of them has like some kind of you have melee weapons.
Yeah.
You have your ranged staff wands, and you get the bows. I just never played the bow character or like bows as weapons. They just really never done it for me for some reason.
I have to say that when you have a game where you have limited ammo, when it comes to bows, that's when I never use the bow, because I use it sparingly, and the next thing I know, I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and now my entire inventory is filled with arrows.
Yes. The other thing I don't like, similarly, is when you have your base arrow, but then you can get like exploding arrows and like
poison arrows, frozen arrows, fire arrows.
But to the same point, it's where you're also limited on the number of arrows you have of those. It's not like it's not the flaming arrow spell where you have infinite as long as you have mana.
Yep.
It's your limited almost quantity, and like that type of gameplay loop mechanic where I now have to like also keep track of my ammo.
Yes.
It's just not fun to me. Yeah, it's more
In
stressful.
a
and
more
not in
modern setting, it's basically counting your bullets constantly.
yeah, which I don't like. At least
That's
in
it. I'm just going to punch everyone in the face.
At least with FPSs where you have to get ammo, like 99% of the time, there's going to be enough ammo regardless. You don't have to think about it.
Unless you're playing like Resident Evil, and then it becomes like this rarity.
But to your point, it's a different gameplay loop. It's meant to
Yes.
be that way. So I'm okay with that. Like, you're right there. The Resident Evil starvation of ammo, I'm totally fine with that.
Well, because it's a survival horror. You're trying to survive. It's not like an RPG where you're just trying to blow away bad guys to advance the story.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah.
Instead, in Resident Evil, you're just wondering why your damn companion can't step over like a 6-inch pipe. Instead, you have to walk all the way around just to go past the zombies because they can't watch over a 6-inch pipe.
I'm sorry. You have lost your companion yet again. Please restart at the last checkpoint.
What was I playing? I was playing something the other day. I can't remember what it is now. And there was a thing where there was a companion and they had health. I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, this is one of those things where, like, the companion gets attacked and I have to keep him alive. I'm shutting the game off.
So the companion must survive this scenario.
No.
And by the way, the pathfinding for this companion is terrible. It will clip into a wall and get stuck there. And you'll think that you're doing great, and then all of a sudden their health will go down to 0 because all the enemies will have respawned in the area that you had previously cleaned and ate your companion alive because your companion decided, I can't fight.
Well, they probably just walked into like one of those fire spigot things that you know is there, but for some reason the companion just can't walk around.
Your companion has now set off its 8th consecutive trap and is now dead.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. It's like I looked at that trap and I pointed it out, toggled like disarm trap, but no, didn't disarm it for my companion.
It's like one of those situations where you're like, if you use a mouse and keyboard, you're literally like clicking 2 inches in front of your character, trying to like shuffle through because you know where the traps are, and then your companion will just randomly decide to walk to your side instead of follow right behind you just when the trap is there.
Yeah, you're triggering something right now.
I know. Oh, it's fun, guys. It's real fun. Super fun. Yeah. Hey, I got another lawsuit story for you.
Oh, are we being sued?
No, we are not getting sued, but there was a game that was kickstarted back in 2024 called Chained Echoes. And it's, from my understanding, a pretty popular game. However, it was the Kickstarter was launched in 2019. Their funding reached, it's in euros, so I'm not 100% sure what the equivalent is in the American dollars, but it was 130,409 euros is what they were able to raise. They are currently suing their publisher because they haven't yet been able to create the physical copies of these games that was part of the Kickstarter promise. So the developers like, it's not us. It's the publishers who are still, twiddling their thumbs.
Well, that sounds dumb.
The digital release of the game was the digital version of the game was released in 2022. The physical copy was supposed to it was approved by 2023, and I think it was finally released in 2024.
According to Steam, I think it was 2022.
Let's see. It's been a bit over 2 years since the physical copies were supposed to be released,
Okay.
And so far in 2026, nothing has arrived except the regular PlayStation 4 edition. So all the other
Yeah.
editions, besides PlayStation 4, are still nowhere to be found. Gesundheit.
Yeah, it was released on Steam. Where'd you go? I just had you. December 8th, 2022.
Yeah.
And it's apparently, if you like turn-based games, it's fairly highly reviewed.
And it's a 16-bit, by the way. It's not like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not Unreal Engine, whatever one we're on right now.
Well, okay, so question for you, because you're more of a turn-based player than I am.
Yep.
For me, when it comes to like particularly action RPGs or like action combat games in general, graphics do matter to me because I want them to be pretty, right?
Yeah.
I want to see Lord in all its infinite glory. But for turn-based games, I feel like much more of turn-based games is about the actual mechanics and probably story for that matter. So do you feel like with this game, yes, it's the 16-bit game. As long as they have good gameplay, core mechanics, and story and that stuff, does that help really make up for 16-bit graphics? If having 16-bit graphics even detracts from the gameplay for you?
I would say that it really depends on like if this game. There are certain games that that the retro feel works, and then there's those games where I don't know. You feel like they took the cheap way out because they didn't know how to do graphic design. To be brutally honest.
Yeah.
When it comes to turn-based stuff, it really it depends on the story. It depends on the mechanics. Sometimes you want it to look super pretty because if it's gonna be a long ass story, you're gonna kind of go a little bit cross-eyed if you're having to stare at retro design graphics the entire time. Especially if there's if the battles are long.
That's a good way. Yeah.
But I think I might have picked this game up, but I don't know if I actually really dug into it. I think it was one where I needed something that was a little bit faster paced. I'm pretty sure I got this. I don't remember which platform I got it for, but I'm pretty sure I have it. Turn-based, the pacing of the game is probably a lot of reading early on to set the backstory. That's the problem with a lot of these games, is especially if they're from indie studios. No offense to indie developers, but they want to make sure that you get locked into the story. And sometimes I want to get more action than have to read a novel before I get into the amazing action.
Interesting.
So,
that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And that, of course, is the friends of the show. And so without further ado, let us start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we got to give is to Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Whack Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. And side note, I believe he lives near the Baltimore area, so I think that's more of his range for conventions these days. The next shout out we got to give is to the man who can help ease those aches and pains from sitting in front of a computer for too long, or maybe too long of your gaming session, or just maybe life has worn you down. That, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Here at Chiropractic's unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore, the company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Here at Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is to Music Maestro himself, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion? CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small business. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the gentleman who was the original patron backer for Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings, and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. All right, my friends, I know at this very moment in time that you want to know, how do I become a friend of the show? Well, it's quite simple. Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion survives the love and support of fans like you, and that's why we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more, to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers that you could pledge at. We have the first tier, which is a $1 tier. That's $1 a month or $12 a year. What that gets you is early access to all of our playthroughs as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. Now, if you're feeling a little extra frisky, you can always bump that up from a 1 to a 5. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. What that gets you is everything at the $1 price point, as well as your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today. The next thing we got to, of course, talk about is that Alter Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 15 years straight. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, our experience can now get a learner's permit. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. Now, I know that I mentioned this before, but currently the money that we raised last year went towards this really cool kind of like play area project for Children's Healthcare Atlanta. So there you go. Also, and I can't believe I've misplaced it already, but we did finally get our silver medal from Extra Life for raising over $250. So I'll have to bring it onto the show next week.
Wait, why don't you just wear the medal around at all times?
I would love to, but then I would have to explain it to everyone, which was probably not a bad idea. I should probably do that.
Exactly. It's for the kids. If you actually really like the kids as much as you say, this is what you do. And then, like, every time someone asks, you just give them a card on how they can, or a QR code. So, like, this is where you go. So we can now, next year, have a gold medal instead of a silver medal.
That gold medal is really hard to get, by the way. It's a big number. I mean, I would love to get it, so let's do it.
Yes. you spray paint your metal gold.
I wouldn't want to lie about it.
Well, just let me borrow. I'll do it for you.
Uh-huh.
I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do also want to point out that if you are in the mood for some Ultra Confusion merch, like a hat, like a beanie, like a coffee cup, or a vinyl sticker.
What about some bourbon?
Okay, once again, Zealeus, we have to create our own process and have an area to house those vats so they can age correctly. But sure, Ultra Confusion bourbon if we can figure it out. But for right now, if you want to get some Ultra Confusion merchandise, as I've previously discussed, you can go to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. That's MERCH, and you can check out all the stuff that's on there right now.
There you go.
Okay. The next story that we have to talk about is some of you may have been part of this little test that Sony was doing. I think they've been doing it for a bit. They are implementing dynamic pricing on the PlayStation storefront. Zealeus is giving us 2 thumbs down, 2 big thumbs down. Now, some of the issues that some people have been running into for those that were chosen to participate in this wonderful thing is that the price point of games, first of all, a lot of the games that are part of this program their price is lower than the standard price. But for some reason, in certain cases, individuals who hit the page that would give the price, discount or whatever of, I don't know, 15% or something. I'm just making up a number, 15% off of whatever the thing is. They would then sign in with their account so they could buy it, and that 15% is now like 7.8%. So because they actually have an account, they're getting dicked over. That's happened. Of course, there's different games. So, they were also working on personalized discounts. So your buddy Zealeus could have a 16% discount, and he'd be like, "Dude, this game is sweet. Look, it only cost me X amount of money because it was 60% off." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I got to jump on that." I jump in, and my personalized discount is 12%.
That just sounds annoying and frustrating and obnoxious and way too personalized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel.
Yay! Like, I know everything has discounts. Like,
yes,
and that's the way of Steam, right? That's why we'll have stupid, obnoxious backlogs.
Yep.
But that's actually one of my favorite stores to shop at is Whole Foods.
Uh-huh.
For one big primary reason. The price you see is what you get. There's no, you don't have to play the BOGO game and be like, wait, if I buy one of these BOGOs, is it half off or is it truly a BOGO? Or I actually have to buy 2 to get it for the price of 1? Because it's not always clear depending on where you're shopping. And or if you go to certain stores, you actually have to electronically collect the coupon and then tie it to your number, which you have to put into console. Oh, it's just all these hoops you have to jump through. A number of stores in digital storefronts, for that matter, to get the discounts, or I feel like every online digital storefront you go to nowadays, it's like, by the way, if you sign up for your newsletter, you get 15% off on your first purchase.
Oh, Christ.
It's just a nonstop deluge of obnoxiousness when it comes to just wanting to buy shit. I just want to be a damn consumer. Why did they make it jump through so many hoops?
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is just annoying. It's another thing. I'm not surprised when you say this is happening at all. I'm kind of curious what happens from a advertising perspective of say a game, I'm just using round numbers,
Mhm.
$50, and then you say it's 20% off is what's advertised.
Yep.
So now it's $40, but now you sign in and they change your mind like, oh, sorry, it's only 10% off, so now it's $45 for you.
Yep. Yep.
Like crazy stuff like that is kind of what I'm curious of.
You just don't. You never know. It's one of those. It's that stupid view price in cart bullshit.
I just don't even like. I just close the window when that happens. I'm like, thanks, bro. I guess the only exception might be Costco because you have to sign in for your membership price, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't see that as much as I used to, but yeah, that definitely used to be super prevalent.
The view price in cart.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment. All right, fine. Let me open up a new window, incognito mode, so I don't lose my current cart, and I'll log back to the site, and then view the price and be like, nah, and close the window.
Yep. Pretty much.
For those out there who probably have seen me play games, that actually was probably watched me stream this past Tuesday, you may have noticed that I too have jumped on the Slay the Spire 2 bandwagon. It's good. It's good. I feel like the balancing for the later acts is a little out of whack because I went against the boss at the end of one of the acts, and holy shit, there's no way you can win. There's no way. But the cards are cool. I've opened up 3 of the characters. The third character is weird.
It's still early access, right?
Yes, just still early access.
Yeah. I'm looking at it on Steam. It looks similar to Slay the Spire 1.
It is, but it like the graphics look. It's a little bit smoother. The mechanics are the same. They've changed it. They've changed some of the cards, some of the relics,
Sure.
some of the random events.
It's the same core type of game.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Version 2. Yeah, that makes sense.
They took what they had in the first one and they built on it.
Sure. Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
And I have to say, thus far, the one cool thing, the one cool change is that at the end of each act, after you beat the boss, when you go into the next act, you kind of have like in the original Slay the Spire, there's like this weird blue whale that gives you some sort of bonus. You could switch out some cards or start with this relic or blah, 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 blah. Now, at least in this version right now, the early access version, you do get that blue whale at the start of the game after you've played, I think, one time through. But you also gain like a different like mythological creature at the beginning of each act that will then basically do another version of that blue whale scenario.
Interesting.
Which spices things up even more, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Yes, I'm getting my ass whooped. Yes, I've made it to the third act once, and when I got to the end of it, I got my ass beat so bad it wasn't even funny. The boss was literally just cutting my life in half without doing anything, and I was just like, I don't understand. Anyways,
can I go back and grind like a JRPG?
I know. I was like, is there like an alternative route that maybe I could just like U-turn and go back down and then come back up?
Yeah, can I do all the other paths to like get my guy super powerful? That would actually be an interesting roguelike type of system. The ones that have like the maps where you could actually grind the hell out of it for that specific purpose.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of them that I remember playing allow you to basically backtrack.
No. The only so usually for those of you who've never played the type of game where it's like a roguelike where you're basically ascending or going through an area, and once you defeat that area, you're given usually 1 to 3 choices, and it basically branches off, and it's like this wonderful like spider webby type of like decision tree thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I've seen is in some of them you could choose like the longer path.
Hmm.
So you could
Yeah.
there's like an extra stop to it. So you could gain like 2 or 3 more scenarios before you get to the end, which of course you run the risk of basically coming into the boss with just like 2 HP because you've gotten the shit kicked out of you.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. And what console are you playing it on?
I am playing it on the PC.
See, when I play Slay the
I think it's only
Spire,
available on the PC right now.
okay, because for me, it was the perfect Switch game.
Oh, it's a phenomenal Switch game. But I
Like,
think
that's the
that the
perfect
early
mobile game.
access is only on Steam right now or
That
PC.
makes
I
sense.
don't know, but it's solid. It's absolutely solid. And there's a lot more of like unlocking that you get to do
Okay.
to unlock additional relics, cards. It is kind of, you could tell that there's a lot of placeholders for like the art for they've got like this weird story thing going on, and a lot of the art's not finalized, so it is basically like dot art. But yeah. But speaking of Slay the Spire 2, one of the other changes from the first one to the second one is that they changed graphics engines.
Oh,
The first one was on Unity, and this one is on Godot. And the crazy thing about Godot is actually open source, which
huh.
technically means that if you have the programming skills and know-how, you can basically get right at Slay the Spire 2's innards.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I never heard it before. Now, honestly.
Godot's not a
Um,
really recognizable brand, but it is a solid base. It's just, uh, you know, um, the company behind Slay the Spire changed from Unity to Godot when they started making Slay the Spire 2 because of that announcement that Unity, I think, retracted on, but they were doing
oh
like
yeah.
a what was it? What was the policy? They were going to charge developers
Yeah.
every time someone downloaded their game.
Yeah, it was something like that. I do remember this.
Some
Yeah.
weird thing like that. So they just went with Godot. Now, of course, Unity had to backtrack because, oh, buddy, was that a backlash? But you know, as a once upon a time developer, unless something crazy happens, once you choose like a graphics engine, you stick with it. You don't
Yeah.
jump from graphics engine to graphics engine. It's not something. It's not easy to just swap. So
Yeah. No, that's cool. I didn't even know that this was a thing. I'm kind of intrigued by it now, actually.
yeah,
Because with the robotics thing I do, a lot of teams, what they'll do is when the challenge comes out, they'll actually, which I think is cool, is they create the kind of challenge in Unity. Actually,
yeah,
it's not terribly uncommon to do that, but then it's kind of a closed system and all that stuff, right? And you can get education licenses, but it can be a pain,
right.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
But using this, which has been fully open source and just share the code, is actually an intriguing
Yes.
concept to consider. I may have to look into this more. And I'll just tell Claude Code to do it for me.
There you go.
I'm gonna vibe code it all. Let's go.
Zealeus was bitching how I play games on different platforms, like the Switch and the PC. I did pick up a game on the PC a while ago and got into it for quite a bit, and then I dropped it. But I somehow accidentally just bought it for the Switch too. It's called Blueprints. It is a game in which you're trying to walk through a mansion, but you have to create so many rooms in order to unlock the final door. I just got frustrated with it because I just couldn't. The rooms are randomized, and certain rooms have like one exit, or 3 exits, or 0 exits, and you're building this on a grid, and unfortunately you can't rotate the room. So it's basically the exits are how they appear on the screen. So a lot of times, as I want to create rooms that would allow me to advance further up the grid, I couldn't, and then I just got frustrated. But I decided to pick it up for the Switch 2 because I'm very interested to see how that will feel on the Switch 2, and maybe I could finally do enough to unlock the ability to get to the end of the game. It's not a game that you quickly pick up and are able to complete because you unlock stuff as you play. But yeah, I picked up blueprints for the Switch 2 today.
Nice. There you go. I thought you were going to say I picked up a new console or PC or something totally crazy.
I wish.
Picking up a new game is much more reasonable.
My PC continues to do funny, weird things where it just does the white static when it comes out of sleep every once in a while, and then I tried to restart it, and then Alienware goes, "I'm looking for a solution. Got to go through the internet," and it like does all these checks, and finally goes, "Can't find a solution. What would you like to do now?" I'm like, just continue to load the freaking OS so I could just use my computer again. Anyways.
Go into AI, it'll fix it.
Good Lord. I seriously think that something about my USB ports has gone funky or sideways with this desktop.
Would not be shocking at all.
Yeah.
Just with computers and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we've reached the end of our show.
But why?
Well, Zealeus, there comes a time where there's just so much information that one has to process, and we've kind of reached the end of our ability to give more information, so we need to save up energy so we could do this again next week.
If you say so.
Okay.
I guess I'll believe you this one time.
Thank you, Zealeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting ready to come our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. Seriously, though, Slay the Spire 2, solid freaking game.
I will take your word for it.
Good. You should.
I appreciate that one of our tags for the show is shopkeeping.
Is it?
Yep.
What the fuck? You know what?
They're running a shop today.
Sure.
You know, people go to the shop and they shoot the shit and they talk, so it kind of fits.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm not gonna judge it. And you know, we have the store for merch, so it's not a total lie.
Yeah. True. I kind of like, for the title for this week's episode, I'm kind of really leaning into carrots of all colors. I don't know why.
I'll take it.
All right, good.
That's something I forgot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this stream. I got to talk to Zealeus offline.